Welcome back students in Engineering Mathematics 3 class. In some previous lectures, I have taught you about Laplace transform, correct? In that topic, I have taught you definition of Laplace transform, properties of Laplace transform, and we have solved Laplace transform of standard functions and also solved some examples based on that topic. Now, today I am going to start inverse Laplace transform. First, we see definition of inverse Laplace transform. Suppose we already discussed about Laplace transform, correct? So here definition of Laplace transform is what? Laplace transform of f of t is equal to integration from 0 to infinity e raised to minus st into f of t dt. That means here f of t is some real valued function for t greater than 0. We find Laplace transform of this function, and this function's value is what? Integration from 0 to infinity e raised to minus st into f of t dt, and this integral's value is we denoted by function f of s, and Laplace transform denoted by the notation L. So this is the definition of Laplace transform. So inverse Laplace transform is totally reverse process of Laplace transform. Here we find Laplace transform of some function f of t and we get some function f of s. Now we are applying inverse function on this function f of s. So we finding now inverse Laplace transform of this function f of s and we get solution as f of t. We are applying inverse function on this function f of s. So that means we get solution as f of t, and this f of t we called as inverse Laplace transform of f of s. That means f of t is the inverse Laplace transform of f of s. F of s is Laplace transform and f of t is inverse Laplace transform. So this is the definition of inverse Laplace transform. We already solved Laplace transform for some standard functions f of t, and we directly apply these functions at here. We already solved Laplace transform for 1 and it is 1 upon s. So you can see by my previous video, so you get clear idea about how we solve this Laplace transform. Now here Laplace transform of 1 is 1 upon s. So inverse Laplace transform is what? Inverse Laplace transform of f of s is 1. Same Laplace transform of e raised to minus at is what? 1 upon s plus a. Then inverse Laplace transform of 1 upon s plus a is e raised to minus at. So this is the examples of inverse Laplace transform. We now see formula for inverse Laplace transform. We already solved this Laplace transform for in previous lecture. Now we directly use that function's value here as a formula of inverse Laplace transform. So here inverse Laplace transform is denoted by L inverse, correct? So L inverse of 1 upon s is 1. L inverse of 1 upon s plus a is e raised to minus at. L inverse of 1 upon s minus a is e raised to at. And L inverse of 1 upon s raised to n. This type of function's value is what? T raised to n minus 1 upon gamma n, or t raised to n minus 1 upon n minus 1 factorial. We use this definition when n is of the form fraction form, and this definition we use of gamma function when the n is integer. So here L inverse of 1 upon a square plus a square is equal to 1 upon a sin at, and inverse Laplace transform of s upon a square plus a square is equal to cos a t. Inverse Laplace transform of 1 upon a square minus a square is equal to 1 upon a sin hyperbolic a t, and L inverse of s upon a square minus a square is equal to cos hyperbolic a t. So these are the formula for inverse Laplace transform. So we solve some examples based on this formula. These are the examples on this formula. So first we have formula L inverse of 1 upon s raised to n is equal to n minus 1 upon t raised to n minus 1 upon gamma n. So we find value for this function L inverse of 1 upon s raised to 3 by 2. So here value of n is what? 3 by 2. By using this formula we can write t raised to 3 by 2 minus 1 is what? 3 by 2 minus 1 upon gamma n. Correct? That is t raised to 3 by 2 minus 1 upon gamma n. Now t raised to 3 by 2 minus 1 means 1 by 2 upon gamma of 1 by 2. Correct? Gamma of 3 by 2 because n is 3 by 2. And here value of n is in fraction form. So for that we have a formula of gamma function is what? Gamma of n is equal to n into gamma n for if n is fraction. So we can write it as t raised to 1 by 2 upon for n plus 1. So we can write 3 by 2 as 1 by 2 plus 1. Correct? 1 by 2 plus 1 means 3 by 2. And we have a formula of gamma of n plus 1. What is the formula? Gamma of n plus 1 is equal to n into gamma n for fraction. So using this formula we can write t raised to 1 by 2 upon 1 by 2 into gamma of 1 by 2. And we know that gamma of 1 by 2 is what? Root pi. So this is the procedure of finding inverse Laplace transform of this type of functions. Now we find Laplace transform again for inverse Laplace transform again for same formula, but here now we use value of n is integer. So it is very easy to solve. So here t raised to n minus 1 means 4 minus 1 upon 4 minus 1 factorial. This is nothing but what? T raised to 3 upon 3 factorial, and we know that 3 factorial is what? 6. So this is very easy to solve compared to this fraction form. Now we solve Laplace transform for this type of formula. It is L inverse of 1 upon a square plus a square is equal to 1 upon a sin a t. So here we use value of a is 4. That means it is of the form L inverse of 1 upon a square plus 2 square. Correct? And directly using this formula we can write here a is means what? 2. So we can write 1 upon 2 into sin 2t. So using this formula we easily solve inverse Laplace transform. Now again for a second formula is L inverse of s upon a square plus a square is what? Cos a t. Here we use value of a square is 25. That means inverse Laplace transform of s upon a square plus 5 square. And this is nothing but what? Cos of 5t. Again next formula is L inverse of 1 upon a square minus a square is equal to 1 upon a sine hyperbolic at. Now again we can write it as L inverse of 1 upon a square minus, here a square is value of a square is 3. That means value of a is what? Root 3. So minus root 3 square. Correct? So here we can get value 1 upon root 3 into sine hyperbolic root 3t. Correct? And here the formula is inverse Laplace transform of 1 upon s plus a is e raised to minus at. Here we use value of a is 2. So here directly we can write e raised to minus 2t. So these are the we can solve some example. We can solve examples using this formula. Let's see properties of inverse Laplace transform. In Laplace transform topic, we already discussed properties of Laplace transform. So in inverse Laplace transform, the only difference is what? We take an inverse function of Laplace transform. Correct? So properties are same. So first we check property, shifting property. In Laplace transform, shifting property is what? Laplace transform of e raised to at into f of t, and their Laplace transform is what? F of s minus a. So here what we do? First, f of s means what? F of s means what? F of s is a Laplace transform of f of t. Correct? Correct? F of s means Laplace transform of f of t. When we multiply this f of t to e raised to at, then what? Then the Laplace transform is changed, and only difference is what? F of here f of s minus a. That means we shift s to s minus a. Only difference is what? First we find f of s, and after that we shift s to s minus a. So this is the shifting property of Laplace transform. Now inverse Laplace transform is what? We take an inverse function. Correct? So inverse Laplace transform of f of s minus a is what? E raised to at into f of t. Correct? This is the first property, shifting property. Now division property. What is the division property? So this is the division property of Laplace transform. So here what is the division property of Laplace transform? When we have function f of t, and that f of t we multiply by 1 upon t, that means we divided by t to this f of t and find Laplace transform of this function. So that function's Laplace transform is integration from s to infinity f of s ds. This is property of Laplace transform called as division property. Now we go to inverse Laplace transform. In inverse Laplace transform, what? Then we take an inverse Laplace transform of integration from s to infinity f of s ds, and so here process is reverse. So we get 1 upon t into f of t. So in the inverse Laplace transform, this property we called as multiplication property. This property we called as multiplication property. Now that means reverse process. So here it is division property, and in inverse Laplace transform it is multiplication property. Correct? Now third property, the transform of integral property. Correct? This is a transform of integral property. In this property in Laplace transform, what we do? Here we have f of t. We take an integration of this f of t as limit 0 to t and find Laplace transform of this function, and the value of this integral is what? F of s upon s. F of s means what? F of s means Laplace transform of Laplace transform of f of t. Only difference is what? So value of this function, that means first you find Laplace transform for f of t and you get f of s, and after that you find in Laplace transform of this integral. So we only the difference is what? F of s upon s. You get f of s upon s. So this is the integral property of Laplace transform. Now we go to inverse Laplace transform. Inverse Laplace transform is f of s upon, we taken inverse Laplace transform of f of s upon s and we get this integral 0 to t f of t dt. So in inverse Laplace transform, this property called as division property. This property is division property. Correct? Now next property is derivative property. Next property is derivative property. That means here in Laplace transform it is multiplication property. Suppose we have f of t, we multiply this f of t by t and finding its Laplace transform, and their Laplace transform is minus derivative of f of s with respect to s. If we multiply this f of t by t raised to n and finding Laplace transform of this term, so their Laplace transform is what? Minus 1 raised to n into nth derivative of f of s with respect to s. This property is called multiplication property in Laplace transform. Now we go to inverse Laplace transform. Inverse Laplace transform is procedure is reverse. So here we find L inverse of derivative of f of s with respect to s. So their value is what? Minus t into f of t. So and again here nth derivative we taken inverse Laplace transform of nth derivative of f of s and it is minus 1 raised to n into t raised to f of n. So in inverse Laplace transform, this property is called derivative property, and the reverse process in Laplace transform, and Laplace transform this property is called multiplication property. So these are the properties of inverse Laplace transform. So today we stop here.